Hello guys, welcome to next video of this playlist Python for beginners. Till now we have done a lot of basics of Tkinter and have also created one amazing project which was GUI calculator. Now let's create some another project which will be a bit complex than GUI calculator. In this video we will be creating a news app using Tkinter. So without wasting any time, let's start. So let's move to our destination folder. As you can see, the destination folder is open. Now before opening this file in VS Code, I will show you the output in another way. So I will simply click on this path, type cmd, so that the command prompt will get open in this folder. And simply I will type Python news app and hit enter. So let's wait. So this will be the output of our today's video, which is the image, the title of the news and some basic information about that news. So as you can see, there are two buttons and the third button will be added when I click on this next button. So GUI is very simple. The first part will be of image, the second part will be the title of that news, and the next part will be the description of this news. And this read mode button will help us to navigate to the original news. This next button will simply give us the next news. So now let's click on this button. So I have clicked on this button. Let's wait for some time. So this is the second news related to Elon Musk reveals a game plan to shift 1 million people to Mars. So this is the latest news of today. So US billionaire Elon Musk on Sunday, which was yesterday, shared a plan to relocate 1 million people to Mars without providing any timeline for the same. So this is the latest news, as you can see, and as you can see, the button format has changed. So here is the previous button to go to previous news, read more button to get more information about this news, and next button which will show the next news. So as soon as I click on this read more button, I will be navigate to the original news web page. So let's check that. So this is the original web page of that news. As you can see, this is the image fetched to this our app, then the title and the news content, as you can see. So this was the magic of this read more button. Now if I go to previous button, it will show me the previous news. If I go to next button, it will give me this news, and if I click on this next button, it will give me the next news, as you can see. So next news is 10 simple facts burning drinks to consume in morning. So even if I click on this read mode button, I will be navigated to the new screen related to this website. So this will be our today's project, and don't worry, I will be explaining the source code of this project line by line. So without wasting any time, let's start. So I will simply close this app, and now let's open this folder in VS Code. As you can see, the folder is open in VS Code. Now let's open the Python file. So as you can see, the Python file is open. Now let's start exploration of this file. So I will simply maximize it now. Okay. So today's episode 30 and the title is news app. The requirements for this project are request. So request model is basically used to fetch news from internet and give it to us with the images, title and everything. And second is spill package. I imported this spill package in this video because the image that was shown in the output was due to this spill package only. And the third most important thing is API key. So we will be requiring an API key using which the request module will fetch the news and display the news on our Tkinter window. So you can simply visit this website just by clicking here. So the website is opening here, as you can see, and you can simply register here first and then simply click on this get API key option. Then you will be simply getting an API key. So this API key will simply look like this. So this is the fake API key, so don't copy paste this. So just after getting an API key, you can simply copy that API key and simply paste it here. I have hidden my API key due to security reasons, but you can get this API key for free. So you can simply copy paste your own API key here. So now let's move ahead. So next is import IO. So this IO package is imported to deal with the data that we will be receiving from our internet. So next is import web browser. This package is required to open the web page using the link. So when I click the read more button, then this web browser package got activated and it simply opened the URL in Chrome. And next is input request, which is the most important package. So this is responsible for fetching the news from API key to the Tkinter window. Then next is from Tkinter importer, which is the normal input. Then next is from URL lib.request input URL open. So this package is used to open URL as it says. And the last is import pil, and from that pil package import open tk and image. So image tk is used to display the image here, and image is used to deal with images. So let's move ahead. So initially creating the root API key. So you can paste your API key here. I have already told you about it. And now I have simply divided code in various functions. So let's understand function by function. So first function is load news app. When we click on this run button, the GUI of our app must get activated. So for that I have simply added the code to load GUI and load new items. So first thing will be get fetching the data from internet. So to fetch the data from internet, I use this request package and .get function of this package and passed here the URL. Don't worry, this URL will be given to you along with the source code. And I have simply embedded here API key using f-string concept that I have already taught in previous lectures, and added here .json so that we can get the JSON data. Then after that load GUI method to load the GUI, then load new item data and this 0, which will ensure that the data is properly displayed on the output window. Now let's go to this load GUI function. So here is the function, as you can see. So load GUI may simply configure the window. So root.geometry, which is set width and height, root.resizable 00, which means that the app will be not get resizable even if we drag and drop the app. Then the title of app and the background color as black, as you can see. Then let's move ahead. The next is clear function. The main task of this clear function is to destroy all windows inside the Tkinter window. This is used to clear the existing content before loading a news item or new news item, which means that when we click on the next button, the information that is available on the screen that must be removed and new information must be added. So this part is handled by this function. So this was the explanation of this clear function, and the next is load news item. So this is that function. As soon as we want to load news, so first we will call this clear function, which will clear the existing news, then fetch new image. For that, fetch the image from the news data. So we have this data in this data variable, as you can see. So the data variable contains images, heading as well as articles. So this image URL is present in this part of this JSON data. So we have to go to articles, then index, then URL to image. So this type of data is available in this image. You can simply print data. So I can simply write print data. So let's run the program. It will take some time to load the GUI. So this is the GUI. Let's minimize it for now and let's see what is the data given to us. So this is the entire JSON data, as you can see, which is too much. And here I have just seen that URL to image. So this is the URL to image. So fetching this data from entire JSON data is task of this image URL. So the image URL is available in data of articles, then index, then URL to image, which is available here, as you can see. So that part is done by this variable, as you can see. So let's uncomment it or let's delete it so that I can give you the clean code. Then the next is raw data. So opening that image using URL open function, then I am equal to image.open io2 bytes raw data.resize, so that we can load the image human readable format and also resize the image to 350 by 250, so that image will be get fitted in the Tkinter window. And after that, photo equal to image tk.photo image, so, and passing here that image, which means that the image will be displayed on the output screen. And if due to any reason the image is not available of that particular post, then we can simply display a blank image. So this blank image is this, so which is this blank image, as you can see. So if any news doesn't have any image, then it will simply show this blank image. So that was main part of except block, and the rest data is same, as you can see. Then now let's create a reference to this image. So label equal to label of root and image equal to photo. Then keep a reference to this image using this line and label.pack, so that the image will be get displayed on the output screen. Then adding a heading and description title. I will show you the output. So let's run the code. So I was talking about this. So heading is this part, and the information or details variable is this part. So as you can see, the wordinized font family name, then font size is 15, and this is the font size 12, as you can see. So this was the basic information of this heading and details variable. Now let's move ahead. So next is button for navigation. So this is 3 buttons. So initially this is first news, so there will be no previous news, as you can see. So I added simple logic equal to 0 if index equal to 0, which means it's a first news. So for first news, the previous button should not appear. So that's why I have added here as not equal to 0, which means this is not first news. Then we can show the previous button. And the button width, button height command, I use lambda concept here that I will cover in next video. It is similar to function. So in this function, it will simply call this function and just pass index -1 data. So which will simply give the index -1 means the previous news. And here I have written index +1, which will fetch the next news. So let's explore about this concept. So here is a read variable, then button, then adding this data in the frame. So I have created a frame for these 3 buttons, as you can see. So that's why I have written a frame text read mode. So read mode is this, as you can see. Width is 16, height is 3, command is equal, everything is same, as you can see. If index is not equal to length, which means that it is the last news, then the next button should not get displayed. I will show you the output first. So as soon as I click on this next button appears here. If I click one more next, then it is appearing once again. One more time next, then next, then next. So as you can see, this is the output of blank image. So this news doesn't have any image. That's why the blank image is displayed here. Let's move ahead. Next, 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 next. So this is another news with no image. That's why this is a blank photo appeared here. Now as soon as I click on this next button, so this is the last news of JSON data that is fetched from the API key. And as you can see, previous button is available, read mode button is available, but there is no next button. This has happened because this is the last news and the program is identified using this function, that length of data articles -1. So means if index is not equal to length of data of articles, which means it is not a last news, then you can simply show this next button, else not show this button. So next button, frame, Tkinter, the text is next, width, height is equal to same, and this command is also same, which is initially it was index -1, so that go to the previous news, which means the last news, and if I click on this next button, it will simply do index +1. So this was the basic explanation of this function. Now let's move to the next function, which is openLink. So as soon as I click on this read mode function, this openLink function will get activated, and simply it will open the URL which is passed through it. So as you can see, the read button is available here. So this is lambda function, and it is navigating to the openLink function, passing the URL, as you can see. So this will simply open this URL, and then last 2 functions are load news app and root.main loop. So this root.main loop is not new to you all guys, and this is the second last line, which is load news app. So initially the Tkinter window should get open. That's why I have added this line to start the application and running this application in loop. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, then don't forget to share it with your family and friends. Also, if you face any difficulties while running this code, or if you don't understand any part of this code, you can simply message me on Instagram or comment section below. Also, the source code of this project is available in video description. You can simply check out that. Here comes the end of this video. Thanks for watching this video.